My name is Edward. I'm originally from Philadelphia, and I'm 84 years old.
You were born in Philadelphia. How'd you end up out here?
Well, I got married.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was married 3 times. My last wife divorced me a year ago because I got sick.
Mm-hmm.
So she moved out of the area.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a brother here, too. So that's how it all happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not over the divorce because we were married for 26 years. So that's a long time together. But it is what it is. Like, I can't do nothing about it.
And you were living in Philly your whole life before that?
Yes. I came here in 1975. And I've been here ever since. I worked at the VA Medical Center as a housekeeper, and I retired from there in 96, and that's when my last wife and I got married after I retired. But she didn't, when we got our divorce, she didn't take any of my retirement or anything. So that's a good thing. But I still miss her.
How did you end up working at the VA?
Well, I started out in Philadelphia, the VA. My aunt, she was very nice to me. She got me an application for a federal job. Well, I didn't think anything of it, and I got an interview from the housekeeper in Philly. And then I don't know how to read, but I could take orders. I worked in a private hospital first when I first started out as a housekeeper, and they taught me how to run machines and everything. Then they asked me if I had any experience in housekeeping. I told them I worked 3 years in the private hospital. Well, actually, it was a rehabilitation center. It was called Moss. I don't know if they're still around in Philly or not. I don't know. So next thing you know, it's the VA. Now retired out here, the VA. So I'm out there almost 30 years. That's a long time. Time flies.
Did you enjoy working housekeeping?
I enjoy the people and the patients I used to be pretty close to, and they all liked me, and the staff liked me. I went on second shift before I retired for 6 years, and the crew I worked with were very nice, and I don't know if any of the guys are still living. I worked with 6 other guys, and I guess most of them are gone now. I guess I don't know.
What was it like growing up in Philly?
Well, in the beginning, it was okay. When I left, it wasn't too bad. And now they say Philly's pretty bad now. Especially, I lived in Kensington area, and now they call that the Badlands because they have drug people sleeping on the streets and everything. So the new mayor was supposed to clean that up. I don't know if she did or not. But it used to be the time you didn't have to lock your door of your house when you went away. But now my sister lives down there, and she has bars on her windows and alarms and everything. I don't know why she stays there. My sister's 10 years younger than me. I have 2 brothers living. One lives in Texas and the other one lives in London, England.
So it was 4 siblings growing up?
No, and we had a total of, there's 3 deceased.
Okay.
A baby brother died, and 2 older brothers, they were younger than me. I'm the oldest. And total of 3 passed away, plus my parents.
What was it like being the oldest of that many?
Well, not too good. They always picked on me because I couldn't read. I mean, I can write, but I can't read or spell. But I made it in the world. I mean, I worked all my life, and I'm proud of that. I got a certificate in my room from the director for retiring in 26 years. So I think I accomplished a lot in my life, and I'm proud of it. And I'm a Christian, and I believe that Jesus see me through this, everything. And I'm proud of whatever I've done. Some things I didn't do right, but everybody makes mistakes in life. But I feel that I had a very good life. And there's some ups and downs. We all have that. I'm happy to be. First, when I came into nursing homes, I didn't think I was ever going to be in a nursing home. But when after I had my 3 heart attacks, and they think I had a stroke, and she put me in the hospital. I went in the hospital, and I went to a rehabilitation center, Gardens of Blue Ridge, and then she had me transferred up here, and I love it here. I love the people, the staff, everybody's very good to me, very good, and I'm proud to be here.
Pardon. So if you started from the beginning again in your life, what kind of changes would you make?
Well, I thought I was going to marry the girl I used to know in church, and I wanted to marry her, but her parents wouldn't let me because they said she had a baby by me, but I never had proof of it. So whatever happened to her, I don't know. Somebody told me one time that she was in Byberry State Hospital, which is they don't have that there anymore. They tore it down and made Sesame Place or something. I forget what they put there. But that's what I probably would change. And I always wanted to be a businessman, have my own business, but I did have a couple of adventures in business. I had a candy store, and I worked for a guy that sold fruit and vegetables, and I worked for him, manager of his store. And I worked in a clothing store, and that's about the only things I had, but trying to be a businessman. And I also sold pretzels in Philadelphia with a cart. Well, I did that too. So I did a little bit of everything. But I wound up at the VA, and I'm the only family member who retired. My brother Billy, he's 2 years younger than me, and Dennis, I think they told me he was 35 or something, or no, 65 or something. Yeah. So that's all I know,
What was it like selling the pretzels? Were you like selling on the sidewalk, or did you have a shop?
No, I sold on the sidewalk. That was a challenge because certain people had their own spot, and the cops let them alone. When somebody new come around, you had to be chased. So actually, your pushcart license say you should be on the move all the time. Because I had to buy a license. License back then, I think it was $12. I don't know what they get now. But yeah, I did that route for a while in all kinds of weather. And if I didn't sell the pretzels, I had to eat them. Sometimes it was 100 or so pretzels, so I had to freeze them, eat them when I wanted to.
What was the candy store like?
I enjoyed the candy store. I had an apartment in the back of it, back of the store. Nice little candy. I had 2 pinball machines, and I had a cigarette machine. And I had something else. I can't think of what it was. I know I had worked the company who I had the machines with. I got 20% of the growth, the profit, and they got the rest. And they came around every once in a while to get the quarters out. Back then, the pinball machine only cost a nickel to play. But that days are gone. Everything's expensive now. But it ain't like it used to be. I mean, you could go get a loaf of bread for a quarter. Now it's probably about $2 now, probably. I don't know.
Did you have a role model?
Yeah, I would say my aunt and uncle, Aunt Faith and Uncle Ed. He was named after me too. But they were both wonderful people. And when I first left home, I didn't know you could leave home at 18. I left home when I was 21. And they encouraged me to stay on your own. Because my father said, I can never come back home, and I'm never going to make it on my own. Well, I pulled the heck out of him. And my aunt and uncle said, you got to stick with it. And I had some Christian people too, and my wife who helped me too. So they were good friends and Christians, and they helped me. I used to go to Presbyterian Church in Philly. And the minister and everybody there helped me throughout. So the first few years I was on my own. I was scared, and then I went into Christian people had a big house with rooms in it. You could rent for $5 a week. That's where I had my first place of my own. Then I got my own apartment. And the rest is history, I guess.
How did you try to take after and emulate your aunt and uncle?
I kept in touch with them all the time, and I talked to them, and I got my first, rented a house, and they sent me a little set of cups and saucers and dishes in the mail. And when I got home, this big box was in front of my house. Who sent me that? So I saw the name on it, and it was these beautiful dishes that were plastic, and the full service for 8. I don't have 8 people, only me. I appreciated that very much. They were very nice. So I appreciated them very much. I think they're passed away too now. They had a son who worked for Smith, Klein and French, pharmaceutical company. And I never saw him, but they say he's a nice young man.
Is there any advice you would give a young person or a younger version of yourself?
Yeah, try to do whatever dream you have, and don't let anybody stop you. And if you have a certain talent, use it if you can. You know, I really didn't have a talent. I always wanted to be something, but looking now, I did what I was supposed to do. I think God wanted me to be what I did. And even though you have your own mindset, what you want to do, something always changes. The situations, or is it, I think God led me the way that I went. I'm proud of that. Proud of everything that's happened in my life. Not the bad things, but we all, like I said earlier, we all have that problem. So that's why I would advise young people to follow your dreams if you have one, and see it through. That's about it, I guess.
All right. If you have anything else, go ahead. But if not, that's plenty.
Well, I love it here. I love the patients. I mean, I always call patients because I worked in the hospital, but the residents and the staff are very good to me. I have my own private room. I have a train set in my room. And I just love my room. It's really nice. I'm on this floor here. But yeah, I can't say enough about these people. They've been very good to me. And I'm proud to be here. And I'll be here the rest of my life. I hope I'll live to be 90, or I guess. I don't know. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.